Ideal Power is pioneering the development and commercialization of the highly efficient and broadly patented B-TRAN bidirectional semiconductor power switch. It has entered into the phase 2 of product development agreement with a top 10 global automaker. And under this agreement, Ideal Power is partnering with the automaker's advanced technology. So with me to explain more about this, Brdar, the CEO of Ideal Power. And of course, we talked a little bit about this agreement that you've had with the car company before. Explain a little bit about where you are with this technology and where you are in particular with this company that is unnamed.
Sure. We're in the process of commercializing the technology, so we're really getting it introduced to a whole variety of market segments that can benefit from the improved performance our semiconductor technology can bring. Electric vehicles, solar energy, energy storage, UPSs for data centers. The program that we're doing with this top 10 automaker is really driven towards being incorporated into the inverters in their electric vehicle platforms that they're going to be bringing out in the future. So we've got through the first phase of it. We shipped them devices. They performed even better than what we promised them. So we've now graduated to phase 2 of this program, and it's where we'll work with a packaging company that they've selected that will put our technology, our semiconductor technology, into a module for the inverter for the electric vehicles. And for us, it's great validation of the technology, but it also says to all the industrial applications, hey, if this can work in automotive applications, it's great for industrial as well, because the standards are so high in the automotive sector for semiconductors.
Very interesting. So it could be a lot more applications down the road.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So explain in simple terms how this works and how it is different than some of the traditional methods that we have.
Sure. What we're seeing is a real growth in the need for the controlling bidirectional power flow. And it's because batteries are now becoming such a big part of our lives. We think about batteries for our laptops, but they're now being used for big industrial applications. Obviously, electric vehicles rely on batteries. EV charging systems are having backup batteries as part of their use. Solar is increasingly being coupled with energy storage to actually make it more reliable rather than intermittent. And what our technology does is it brings the ability to control the flow of power in 2 directions, all in one semiconductor device, versus the traditional semiconductor approach, which uses 4 devices. So that means that it can be lower cost, but more importantly, compared to the conventional approach, we have 5 times lower losses, which means for an electric vehicle, you get more range out of the batteries. For an installation with solar coupled with batteries, you get more useful energy for your home or your business. For a data center, their electricity operating costs become lower. So really can impact a lot of applications through the fact that it's inherently bidirectional and very low loss.
Now, as the CEO of a company that's kind of on the cutting edge of this, how do you see electric vehicles and renewable energy evolving in the coming years?
Well, technology kind of follows a similar path. I mean, if you look, solar energy has been around a long time, but it's only as it has gotten much lower cost and more efficient that it's really become as broad as it has. And it's got tremendous growth ahead of it because of that. Electric vehicles are in the same situation. They need to become lower cost and they need to have greater range. Those are the 2 things that are really impacting our adoption. And that's really where our technology, that's its strong suit. It's the ability to give you more useful energy at a lower cost point. So we think that we're really bringing out this technology at the time when we've got 2 macro trends happening in society, the adoption of renewable energy and the adoption of electric vehicles. And we can help improve the cost and performance of both of those.
Mm-hmm. And there are, of course, a lot of players in the space, a lot of interest in the space. How do you stay on top of the rapidly changing developments in new energy?
From a technical standpoint, we've got a world-class technical team that is really plugged into what's happening in the semiconductor industry. And we're working with some of the largest companies in the world who are evaluating our technology for adoption into their products. And it gives us great feedback from them on where are they going in their industry and their products, so that we have really good insight that we're bringing out the right products for those market segments.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of talk about storage as well,
Yes.
energy storage lately. In fact, I think the Energy Department just allocated millions of dollars to do that. How would your bidirectional switch address that need?
It's a perfect fit. When you have energy storage, it requires bidirectional power control because you've got to charge and discharge the batteries. Today, that's done with multiple semiconductor devices that incur a lot of losses. Our technology can do it in one device with 20% of the losses. So we can actually make that storage installation more valuable because it will get more useful energy out of the same size batteries, because the control in the semiconductor level is so much better with our technology.
And your stated goal is empowering the future of energy. Explain some of the long-term goals for Ideal Power.
Yeah, it's really to impact a whole variety of societal trends here and make our energy use more efficient. It's for the technology can apply to electric vehicles, to EV charging, to renewable energy, to UPSs for data centers, motor drives. It's really all about helping us use the energy that we have available to us in a way that's much more cost effective and efficient.
And then how do you plan to continue pushing the boundaries? Because it does feel like there's constantly developments in this industry. How do you oversee that?
There is, part of it is we're going to ride some of the investment that's being made in the semiconductor industry. There's a huge investment being made in manufacturing capacity. We want to take advantage of that with our unique technology. There's a lot of materials work that's going on also in the semiconductor world to go to more exotic materials, things like silicon carbide that can run at higher temperature and higher voltage. We'll actually move over into those new materials as they become more cost effective and better quality. So we're really going to leverage this huge investment that we see coming globally in the semiconductor space with our technology really having a unique position because of its performance and because of the fact that it's so well protected from an IP standpoint.
Yeah, well, really interesting. And all these new materials are just another facet of this. So Dan, thank you so much. Always great to get an update on Ideal Power.
Thanks, Jane. Pleasure being with you.